Famous Richard just got arrested on July 4th.
Famous Richard?
Famous Richard.
What did he get arrested for, Vlad?
Well, I guess he was staying out in Jersey. He got into an argument with two people at a quick check, and he pulled out a gun. He then fled the scene, and police came to his house where they found a gun with a scratched-off serial number with a large-capacity magazine. And he was charged with aggravated assault with a weapon, possession of a firearm for an unlawful purpose, unlawful possession of a handgun, and possessing a defaced firearm, with other charges.
Is he out on bond?
I think so.
That's crazy. He been going through it, Vlad. He just lost his brother from 71st and Paxton. So,
Right, so Lil Josh is his brother?
Yeah, Lil Josh, that's his real brother.
Okay, what happened with that?
Josh ended up getting killed by a friend. His friend killed him. The guy who killed him ended up going to stand on the same block that he killed Lil Josh on and got killed the same way. Ain't that crazy, Vlad? He got killed by a friend, and the friend ended up coming back after the funeral, I guess, and standing there. And they killed him too. So, yeah, they got some internal war going on over there. You ain't got to worry about your ops now. The ops over with, ain't no more ops. Watch them friends. Watch who you call friends. That's just my advice to everybody.
Yeah, and I mean, the whole thing of getting into an argument with someone and pulling out a gun, and then next thing you know, the police are at your house and they recover the gun and so forth. Like, I always tell people that even if you have a carry permit, carrying a gun is usually a bad idea. It's usually, I understand that you want to feel like you're protecting yourself. Like I get that. But there are a lot of situations where a gun is not necessary. There's very few situations where pulling out a gun is necessary. You know, like, for example, me and Tony Yayo got in this whole conversation about, like, you know, the Taxstone, you know, situation where Troy Ave's bodyguard got killed. And it's like New York City, backstage at a crowded nightclub. If he had a knife instead of a gun and he just stabbed one of them dudes and they lived, he might have gotten a year and a half, gone back, you know, went back right back to his podcasting career. If he had just gotten into a fist fight, he was there with Casanova. Okay, they may have won, they may have lost, but regardless of what happened, they will go back to their life. You pull out a gun, that's all types of charges right then and there. You shoot the gun, that's even more charges, and you kill the person, unless you're in Florida or you know, one of these stand your ground type places, you're going to have a lot of problems.
So,
you know, this is why I say,
is this the guy, Vlad, that they saying he a snitch? Like the other rapper, they saying that he snitched?
Troy Ave, Troy Ave definitely snitched. He took the stand. He's in jail right now over the whole situation also. But he only got like a year or something.
So
but my man got like 25 years.
Damn. I seen that. Yeah. I ain't know the situation. I'm like, is the family pressuring him to get on the stand? Because, you know, some people, they got gangster family. They'll be like, hey, bro, you got to go out there and make this shit right, you know?
No, I mean, the family of the guy who got killed actually hates Troy Ave because they felt that he used that dude as a crash dummy. He basically was like, Troy Ave was one of these dudes, and I personally know him. And I remember at one point he even like threatened me over text message because I wouldn't like post his music or something stupid. But like, he's one of these dudes that like, he was grinding for a long time to try to get on. So when he did finally get on a little bit, when he started to get kind of like local famous, like New York famous, he basically was mad at all the people that didn't put him on. And he took it upon himself to like hold a grudge and go over the top. So like, for example, like I Love McConan, the gay rapper who used to be signed to OVO. Like Troy Ave freestyled over one of his beats. And the dude was like, yeah, I don't like when dudes like freestyle over my beats. And he's like, oh, we're going to see you next time you come to New York. They came to New York. He was performing with, Ray Shremmerd, and Troy Ave's bodyguard, Banger, went and pulled the dude off the stage and like punched him in the face a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was using this dude to take out all his little personal petty beefs, which weren't even that serious. To say, hey, I don't like people freestyling over my beat. Okay, it's your song. You're allowed to say that. You gonna put hands on this dude? And he was using this dude to do this type of shit over and over again until someone just wouldn't take it. Like Taxstone. Like, nah, you're not gonna do me like this dude. Nah. Pulled out a gun and killed him. And, now he's in jail for a very long time and someone's dead. And, Troy Ave's in jail too. Like nobody won from this. Everybody lost. Everybody lost.
So basically he got tricked off the streets.
Yes.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Sad, man. It's sad. Now, you said that you actually had to move because someone dropped your location?
Oh, yeah. 2022, was that 21? Yeah, 22. I had a podcast, Three-Headed Monster podcast that I was doing. I was trying something new. I had 27K subscribers, and I came in the game knowing that I was bigger than what I am, so I'll try to help these guys out, put these guys on a podcast with the Three-Headed Monster, and it just went to hell. It just went to hell, Vlad, man. Like, trying to help people out on YouTube, man, like, yeah, you'll lose yourself and lose everything you got, man. I learned a big lesson from that.
Okay, so you actually had to move out of the home that you were living in and move somewhere else.
Yup, I had to move. I had to move that same day. Soon when they put it out there, we had a moving company come and box up all our stuff and move. Yup, because of that. A person just for letting somebody come to my house on everything. And I let a person who I thought was like duck homie and, you know what I'm saying, all that don't mean nothing no more. Because he the only one could have dropped my low. He the only one been in our house, So with that being said, God done been blessing me though since then. God done blessed me, Vlad. They talk about this money that the feds gave me, man, but I got enough money that I could pay the feds. You know what I'm saying? I could pay they I make enough money on YouTube and off my book and everything else I got going on that I could actually pay about 10 agents every month to just work for me. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand that, though. They think I got to accept money from them. Nah, I got more money than them. I make way more money than them a month. Even the highest cop in Chicago, I make more money than him a year. So I be just like, I be humble and blessed, when people do shit to me.
Well, look, when I realized what my position is and how big my reach was, I decided that I'm either going to live in a gated community or in a high rise with a doorman. I set up a situation and, in Calabasas, I got a house with a gate. You cannot pull up unless you have a driver's license and you have an invitation from somebody there. That's the only way.
We're going out.
That's the only way.
Yeah, we're going for that
one. So, you could potentially jump over a gate and sneak into a house, but then you'll have to try to get away without a car, right? You can't get into that. Or in New York, I have, an apartment where there's a doorman, which you walk up. Once again, you have to have an invitation. You have to show your ID and so forth. There's cameras everywhere and so forth. I realized I'm no longer in a space where I could have a house where someone could pull up to the actual house. When you talk about like the whole Drake situation, how his bodyguard got shot through a drive-by, that to me was crazy because I assumed he lived in a gated community, but I guess he doesn't. I mean, he has a gate in front of his house, but clearly someone pulled up and just shot up the front of his house.
That was crazy. I seen that too.
Yeah.
Like they doing drive-bys on Drake. Ain't nobody safe.
Right, in Toronto. You can't even legally have guns in Toronto.
So it's like New York.
No, it's worse. Like the whole country, you can't legally have guns. In New York, you could actually, I had legal guns in New York.